Hello everyone, welcome back to the hobby farm. Just thought I'd give you guys a little update video on the hobby farm, the workshop, just things that have been going on around here. On New Year's Day, which was just a couple days ago, we cut a bunch of wood. My dad came out and he run the splitter. I brought a couple guys back from work here and I cut and they hauled it up here and just splitting some more wood. We had a pretty good pile, but we've been burning now for almost 2 months. I don't think it's been below 60 degrees in that workshop. With the crib project that's been going and my dad working on stuff for the backwoods cabin and stuff like that, so it was time to cut and split some more. We didn't have any time to earlier than that. Everything has been so busy, so finally now have enough wood. Once this is split here, it should run us right up to spring. As far as all the birds on the hobby farm, everybody has their heated waterers. Just a heads up, if you guys are going to buy these ever, spend the $30 and get the bucket versus the $20 with these here, because you can see how it has ice on the top. Today's a nice day here in Minnesota, so it's probably 22 degrees right now. And if it gets down to 0, they'll ice over on the top. You can break it with your foot, but it's nothing like the buckets. The buckets always, even at 20 below, the buckets will be steaming, but they won't freeze over. So the ducks and geese, they're doing real well. Was lucky enough to get a male and 2 females from the eggs that I hatched this year, so hopefully they will, he's definitely been doing his job on those girls, so when they start laying, they're going to definitely be going into the incubator, and then by next fall, or this coming fall, I guess, now it's 2016, I'll be able to butcher some ducks and have some duck dinner. Same with the geese back there. I just don't know which is male and which is female yet, but hopefully we'll get some eggs. I've got my 4 turkeys here. I had 3 before, and I would have swore I had 3 hens. So I drove 2 hours to get another bourbon red and bought the male, and that's that one right there that's puffed up like that. What a pretty bird. But then a few more weeks went by, and now this one right here that I thought was a hen, although it's never gobbled yet, it looks like a male to me. I don't know why it hasn't gobbled. This one's gobbling all the time, but I don't know. He looks like he might be a nice little dinner. These guys here, the same thing. I'm waiting till spring. When they start laying the eggs, I'll put them in the incubator. Once they hatch, then I can butcher turkeys and get those in the freezer. All my quail are doing good. I still love quail. I just think they're the neatest thing. And actually these guys, the Cortunix ones, have been laying eggs now. If you don't get them right away, they freeze, but the snowflakes and the bob whites, so the snowflakes are also bob whites, just a bred different version, but they haven't started laying because those eggs would be white. But I do get, like right there, there's one egg that's already been laid today. Some days I get 4, some days I'll get 1. You never know. The dogs are doing good. Max is very, very old, and I feed him as much food as I can. I mean, you're looking at Chester right there. Max is back there sleeping. And, but he still seems to be losing weight. I just think he's at the end of the rope, but we'll see. I did break down and wimped out, and I do have a heat lamp going in there. You can't see it right now, but you can see it pretty good at night. So I have some pretty happy dogs that like to stay in the doghouse now. I was just down right before Thanksgiving. I was down where I get the pigs and stuff like that, and I talked to them, and I definitely am on order for, I'm going to get 2 pigs this spring, so this coming year now I'll run pigs again and we'll butcher them in the fall. Right now it's been about a year since the other ones were butchered, and I still have this freezer that's fairly full of all mainly pork. And this bigger freezer here is also full. It has a lot of pork. I got all the chickens in here too that got butchered this year, but no lack of meat. It really works out good raising it yourself and butchering it. As for my laying hens, if you remember when I butchered the chickens, I butchered all but 4. I kept these 4 right here to add to my flock so I can get more eggs. So these were saved, but I put these in with my other chickens, with the rooster and my originals, and you know, usually after a week or 2 they start getting along okay. It never happened. The hens would beat the crap out of these, and the rooster, he didn't, usually you get a good rooster, he'll step in between them and he'll stop that crap. You know, it's like run the coop his way. He's a wimp. So what I did, this was a couple of weeks ago, I got ticked off. The one hen over there, she looks like she's about to lay an egg. These guys just started laying eggs. I get one, sometimes two. I don't think all four of them are laying yet, but a couple of them are. But the one that's sitting down there, gonna lay an egg, her wing was bloody and everything, so I got real ticked, for lack of a better word. Come in here, took all the old chickens out, and I put them out here in one of the spare pens. I mean, I was so mad that night. So what's going to happen here is Melissa she is hatching chickens like crazy down in Louisiana right now. And I go down there, you know, in just a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. So she had gotten a bunch of New Jersey giant eggs, but only one of them hatched. And it's a nice looking bird, I think. It's little now, but it's a nice looking bird, and it's a rooster. So what's going to happen when I get back, where I'm going to go down there, and I think I'm going to bring that rooster home with me. And this rooster here, Sarah says she has a nice slow cooker recipe for an old rooster. I think I'm just going to call him from the flock and just be done with it. Because if you don't have a rooster that can run a flock decent, you might as well get rid of them. And I see that these guys have already laid me a couple of eggs today. Some days I'll get 3 out of them right now. There was actually almost a month where I got no eggs because it was chilly, but they're starting to lay again. So that pretty much does it on the hobby farm part of things. Come in here to the workshop. My dad has been out here quite a bit. He's working on stuff for the backwoods cabin. His latest thing he's working on is the 4 chairs for the kitchen table. And he just finished this cabinet right here. It needs one more coat of varnish when spring comes, but this is for barbecue stuff that'll sit out on the porch. Can't really see it, but he did wooden hinges on there, and it's really nice. This is all in a video for the backwoods cabin that's been ongoing now for over a month. So once winter time gets finished here and stuff, I'll get that one all finished up, and you'll end up seeing that video eventually. Over here in this part of the workshop, I am right now working on the kitchen table for the new cabin that will replace the tent. And earlier this year I downed a tree that was dead. It was a big old Scotch pine, and I milled these slabs. Anyway, I've got a video going for this. This video would be posted on the Northern Seclusion channel, because that's where I'm posting all my woodworking workshop stuff. And for those of you that are already subscribed over there, you've already seen that I just got done building a crib for my daughter. I have my first grandchild, should be born here. Well, supposedly the due date is just 2 days away. And Emily wants that baby out so bad. So if you haven't seen that, I might do like a condensed version of that series and put it up here on Jones Act Survival. But right now, all the parts are up on Northern Seclusion. You can go over there and check it out. That crib turned out really nice. Well, that about does it for the workshop projects here. Like I said, that wood stove's been going pretty much constantly for a couple months now. A couple of other projects that you'll see that my dad was doing for the backwoods cabin. These have already been videoed and everything, and like I said, eventually you'll see that video. So things that are coming up on the channel, Zachary and I were going to go ice fishing yesterday, but reading the lake reports, there are only 4 to maybe 7 inches of ice. And I mean, that's all safe and everything, but if we decided to wait 1 more week, so next Sunday, we're planning on going ice fishing for the first time, going out for some sunnies and some crappies, and just see what happens. Because now with the temperature not being super cold, we're only gaining about 1/2 inch of ice a day. So by next week, we won't be able to drive out, but we'll be able to walk out. So we'll stay on a smaller lake, use Zachary's new fish house, and it'll just be fun to get out there and see if we can catch any fish. Like I said, in a few weeks I head to Louisiana. Once I get down there, I'm going to be having Mudbuggin 2016 will start, and I'm definitely going to go down there and throw a few traps out. They had just set up there that they were just nailing them, and it was nice and warm. On Christmas Day, it was like 82 degrees down there. And I talked to Melissa earlier today, and I mean, today the high, it's been cold like the last week. So I know yesterday it was only like 49 degrees. Which, when I get down there, that'll still seem warm to me, but a little chilly for them, and it'll slow down the cray fishing or the craw fishing, but I'm going to definitely get some traps out. As far as this year's garden 2016 goes, got a few more months to wait, for sure. almost forgot about Mr. Buck. He's still kicking, and I'm actually thinking this spring, you know, both my females died off, so I think I'm going to have to get him a new companion. Maybe it's time to breed some more rabbits, get some more rabbit meat in the freezer. Okay, everyone, well, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.